No joke. All right. UK comedian told to remove hot dog from Subway poster over junk food ban. So, it'd be too complicated to get it going up on here, but there is a poster of a gentleman who is dabbing his face where ketchup and mustard is coming down the front of his shirt. And there is a plate sitting in front of him of a half-eaten hot dog, but he had to switch it out with a pickle because there is a new ban in the UK against any advertisements on television or broadcast, which is weird because, like, this is kind of a gray area. This isn't either of those. But now I guess it's intruding into all advertisements. But the tour is called Hot Diggity Dog, and they have banned the promotion of junk food. Hot dog being designated as junk food.
Is it really called Hot Diggity Dog?
That's the tour.
I didn't know that, and I just came up with that on my own. Like,
oh, really?
The
That's
title.
The banner.
Oh,
well, that's
wow.
what it is.
Well,
the comedy tour's name
Dog.
is Hot Diggity Dog. So Hot Diggity
I
Dog.
like it.
But here's what's funny: who, one, gets to designate junk food or not? Two, this is where the lawyers come in, baby. You're telling me you have a ban on the promotion and sale of junk food, but this is junk food being used as a prop or decor in the sale of a comedy tour. Buy tickets to my comedy tour where we won't be selling hot dogs, right? Like, there isn't a comedy club that's selling hot dogs. So it also isn't a promotion of something that's on the menu at one of the venues that he's promoting. So I have a hard time finding where there's any legitimacy to their legal argument, but to stay, I mean, and again, this is where Big Brother gets to leverage its power, whether I'm truly in the right or the wrong. By the time you prove yourself in a court of law and I got to go, oh, whoopsie daisy, you got me. By that time, your tour's over. And in all reality, if you want to stay relevant, stay in the eyes of the people in the subway here and keep your poster up and alive, got to change the poster for Hot Diggity Dog as you're dabbing ketchup and mustard. Got to change it to a pickle. That being said, let's agree this comedian wins. And that's why I'm not going to say his name. David might bring it in because he had it all ready to go. But I'm going to tell you, I'm not going to say his name because this is the true victory. I think deep down, he never even... I bet you there isn't one bit about hot dogs. Like, most of the time, your comedy special's title is about hot, like what you're talking about, whatever. Like, unless you're telling a story about hot dogs, I got a hunch you were like, how do we grab the attention of this new ridiculous law as comedians being the jesters of society, doing as they do, picking at a scab that they find and exploiting it for their own benefit. Now they've got some white clowns in Ohio talking about them and promoting their special on their behalf. So on one side, this could just be a complete stroke of brilliance. And on the other side, I can't help but be alarmed by the big brother power that the UK is flexing here. I don't know. What are your thoughts, David?
So this law that the United Kingdom has enacted on its own platform for, so like kind of the way some of this works. So the tunnels, because this is where this poster was mostly filtered through, was like the subway tunnels in London, and the UK has its own state ownership or like country ownership of that. And that's where you're not allowed to have not just advertisements of junk food, just no junk food in general. But if you walk or, ride the train along that same path, you'll see many ads for McDonald's, alcohol, tobacco, and gambling of all things, which is somewhat ironic because the last name of this person is Gamble, but he did a lot of gambling with this particular ad strategy. Turned out well for him. But to just show the difference in, like, just they're not consistent with the rules. So I can put the Golden Arches, I can put McDonald's, I can put an arrow that says, hey, go here, because McDonald's is right down the road on the same platform in which a guy who is, again, not selling anything with hot dog, not selling food, is just in relation to the tour name, Can't have that. But let me tell you one thing. Well, let's go one step deeper because you are allowed to have food on here. But in order to have an ad with food on it, you have to submit the food to the ad agency. And it has to meet criteria of nutritional value. So guess what qualifies for McDonald's?
What?
The snack wrap. A hot dog.
So are they bringing the snack wrap back just so they can have it in
Well,
England?
it's definitely you can walk into London today. I've seen the photos and look at a picture of snack wrap on a McDonald's.
How funny would it be if they're like, yeah, we're still not bringing it back, but this is the ad.
This is what we're doing.
Come to McDonald's where we don't have snack wraps, but we got things. It might give you colon cancer.
Yeah,
but we got things. I don't know. That's a great point. I love where your head's at. So you're telling me an arrow pointing towards the junk food around the corner can be a loophole, but a guy selling a comedy tour is an infraction. And again, this comes back to like the added marketing, because now it's even funnier that you're dabbing ketchup and mustard behind a pickle. I don't know. In the wings here in the green room, we also got our good friend Silent Destroyer. Let's bring him in. Silent Destroyer, you got any thoughts on this?
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, how's it going, my friend?
Loud and clear.
How's everybody? I'm doing great. How are you guys?
Good.
Yeah.
We're glad we were able to get you going.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for having me. I really appreciate it. I'm enjoying this discussion so far. It's kind of ridiculous how the government can just ban people and just start to like nitpick and choose whatever like they want to be allowed and whatever they don't want to be allowed just based off of a law that's like very obscurely written, so it's fascinating to me, especially since like in the US specifically, like comedy is, some would argue, like the last like bedrock of free speech and freedom of expression anywhere. Because that's probably the only place on earth that you can go and just almost say anything that you want. And most people would either just laugh at you or heckle you and boo you off the stage, And comedy clubs are like one of the last places on earth that you're actually kind of like allowed to do that,
Oh, yeah. No, I think that's an even better point. Is it's great to hear it coming from, and I guess where society's at currently, you're only going to get it from comedians, because as Silent Destroyer puts it, they're the final backstop to really just any backbone of logic we have.
Yeah, you need a little bit of comedy. Comedy needs to be free, just like South Park said. It's either all okay or none of it is. And comedy is in essence of everything. Everything has to be on the table for it to be funny. And
I wonder if there's always going to be this cycle claiming there's high scrutiny against comedy. Comedy's under attack. Comedy's always going to be the final backbone. But even driving into work today, I was listening to Roseanne Barr doing her new podcast with Jim Brewer. So like two of the craziest people on the internet, which makes for a great conversation. And I was listening to them talking about how even in the 1920s, their favorite comedians they were listening to were making the same exact claims, that comedy's under attack, that free speech is under attack. And the last place you can find freedom of speech is comedy. We feel like there's so many things they're trying to censor us from saying. And the truth is, like, the only thing that censors speech, like here's a misconception.
All right.
People think you could say anything anywhere except fire in a movie theater. Somehow everybody's got that one figured out. Like, how many times do you hear that when there's like, that's like the first grade two-dimensional exclamation about the First Amendment. Like, well, yeah, but you can't say fire in a movie theater. Yeah. We got that. There's also added layers to that. That's why you pay for an attorney. But one of the big pieces that can censor your freedom of speech while still abiding by the First Amendment would be obscenity. You actually have no right to exclaiming obscenity. So there's a gray area. What's obscenity? Okay, well, Supreme Court Justice comes out and says, obscenity. Well, you know it when you see it. Thanks, that one helped. So, like, it's evolving, which is a beautiful piece of our country, but because of that, it's fluid and it's really hard to grab and like get your talons on. So when we're talking about something like comedy, you want to live in a landscape where you could say anything. And this is where I was going to go with the point. You really can say anything.
Yeah.
The thing that's stopping you from saying anything is like, could you say the N-word? Oh, yeah. You going to do it? Oh, no. You're going to get your ass beat. Beyond losing your job, you're going to get your ass beat. And the court is going to go, yeah, he could beat your ass. So, don't do that. There's some things that are just so socially concrete that, man, he's right. You know it when you see it. So, again, exclaiming, George Carlin said the 7 dirty words you can't say on TV or on radio. And I'm not going to say them because, I've got rights to. But they're fun words that you could say on a stage, you could say on a broadcast. Why don't you do that? Well, I don't want to piss off the YouTube algorithm. I don't want to piss off my boss. And I don't want to impede my ability to have other opportunities in the future. So how does it actually curb your speech without it actually being law? Or how do you transcend that? Truthfully, it all comes down to monetary value. Like the second you exceed ever needing a boss, well, have at it. Have at it. Again, without crossing the line of obscenity, which is its own gray area. You could say bad words, but you can't say something so obscene that it would, call upon violence or strike the hearts of the public. But I'm going to pass it to you before I diatribe too long.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I think what makes, obviously what makes this country unique is the government can't physically do this, where the United Kingdom government, they have their own rules on their own boards, and there's no legal protections on you're allowed to have that hot dog. But this also just comes down to the silliness of the whole thing. They're getting rid of fast food on advertisements because children see fast food on advertisements and want it, and then they get fat. So they're curbing that. Are they causing more of an issue?
Hold on. I love that point. You triggered another great light bulb.
All right.
Is it the picture of the hot dog that's making you fat? There's no possible way you were going to do it anyway. Because here's the deal. As a fat kid at heart, here's the thing. Here's a fact. It's going to hurt your feelings. Swallow the pill. Every day, you are either snowballing fatter or snowballing skinnier. The people that are comfortable are just teetering at a good place. They got to a good place and they stay here. That's where the cheat day comes in. That's where the solid schedule comes in. But every day, you're snowballing one way or the other. So easily. You could get caught in here's what's funny. You start working out every day for a week, and oh my goodness, waking up to go exercise again that next week, so much easier than the last time. And it just keeps getting so much easier. And then that time where you're like, man, normally where I would crave sugar because I, had some late night buzz and a good time. And you're like, you know what? I want some sugar or I want some pizza. Actually, your gut biome has changed so much. It's like, grab a carrot or don't eat a thing. And you're like, yeah, you know what? I could even feel more like a Titan tomorrow. You're either building upon it or crushing upon it. So the guy that was going to swallow down 12 glizzy dogs was going to do it regardless of the picture in a comedy tour poster. Oh, girl. We've got a whole crowd out there now. We've got people building outside. I think they found our location.
They did.
We're going to get nuked.
They're coming in.
We were just going to toss it to Ricky. And here's the deal. Every time we go to toss it to Ricky, Ricky's gone. Let's give it to Silent Destroyer before we go into our final thoughts. Rapid thoughts, Silent Destroyer, what do you think?
I 100% agree with everything that you just said. There's 2 states that your body can be in. You're either in a caloric deficit or a caloric surplus. If you're in a caloric surplus, you will gain weight. Doesn't matter what you're eating. Even if you're eating healthy food, if you're above your maintenance calories and you're in a calorie surplus, you will gain weight. Even if you're just eating vegetables and chicken and meat. But as long as you hit that surplus, you will gain weight. And just like you said, if you want to lose weight, you just have to be in a caloric deficit, right? It's literally that simple. It's thermodynamics. It's calories in, calories out.
So
doesn't matter how much
before you
Mm,
before you wrap totally, I got to ask then, is your opinion the picture is pushing them to the glizzy, or they were going for the glizzy anyway?
they're gonna go for the glizzy anyways, exactly. And because at the end of the day, like, you have to think of advertising as like a nudge. The advertising is subconsciously and subliminally attacking your brain, and then you can choose what you do with that information, because we get bombarded with ads, right?
True.
The average person probably sees like hundreds of ads every single day, whether it's on the internet, whether you're watching TV, whether you're listening to the radio, no matter where you are. Even when you're outside in real life, you get bombarded with ads. But there's two things that your brain can choose to do when you're being targeted. You can either, look at the ad, stare at it, see what it is, and say, oh, yeah, I think I'm going to go get a glizzy. Or you could just say, oh, that glizzy looks good. I think I'm going to get a glizzy. Oh, wait, no, I already ate a lot today, so no more eating. I'm not going to get the glizzy today. I'm going to get it tomorrow or next week or whatever. Like, at the end of the day, those ads are targeting you. They are affecting you. But how you take action after seeing those ads is all the way up to you.
I love that.
Yeah.
That being said, Ricky, wrapping thoughts on the topic.
England is getting soft, man. They're getting soft over here in England, man. You can't look at stuff and say no more. Come on, bro. As my guy just said, bro. How you gonna see you see some booty, you can't touch it. You feel me? Like, it's not yours. So, like, it's just stronger than mine. Come on. It ain't right in England.
For my wrapping thought, I'm piggybacking off of Ricky.
I wasn't expecting that.
I love it. England's getting soft, but I also think Silent Destroyer presents a strong foundation to my point, which is advertising has gotten so infectious. It's quite literally everywhere. It's so prevalent. It is almost guiding our lives entirely. And so again, what do? They watch your every waking move on the internet and physically in the world. They got the GPS tracking you. Okay, he frequents the UPS store by his house. He often goes to Dunkin' Donuts twice a week. They know your every move in the real world, and then they follow you across the platforms. You go on a new app, and the app goes, this app would like to track you. And my options are allow, or get this, ask not to track. So I can't even tell it no. I just got to go, please be a nice guy. Hey, please be good to me and don't track. It's still up to you. So why even give me the option? You're spitting in my face with those options to begin with. So they are tracking you cross-platform as you are going and watching your TikToks and, slipping into your bae's DMs on Instagram. They're watching it all, and they know every waking move. And what do they do it for? Oh, not to control you. No. Just to sell you some things. I just wanted to get you some new sunglasses. I think you need some new shoes. You look like a hiker. Do you want this new hiking bag? So they use marketing as the guise. It's the Trojan horse for control. So they're sitting here selling you on the don't mind all of our tracking and manipulation. It's to sell you things. But then again, when the big brother, the government steps in, to wrap my point, when the soft UK, as Ricky points it, walks in and goes, oh, well, we want to protect the fat guy that can't look away from glizzies. And, we want to prevent all this marketing intervention. Oh my God, are you going to address Facebook and oh, no. No. Oh, cool. Are you going to talk to Google? No. Are you going to track the GPS on my phone and get them to stop? No, none of that. What we're going to do is we're going to take the hot dog. We're going to take the hot dog off the poster. I am looking out for your well-being. And those are the people you pay your taxes to. That's my wrapping thought.
Oh, geez, you took a lot of my thoughts here, but because it just shows the inconsistency in the whole thing. That's what really irritates me. How about we just have no advertisements? If you're worried about influencing children to do bad things, just have nothing. Just stare at a blank wall. Whatever, I don't care. But instead, they just do this convoluted way, and everyone seems to find a way around it. Whether it's a comedian trying to get extra bonus points from some idiots in Ohio, or McDonald's, the people that's really trying to target, just putting the golden arches and going, hey, go around the corner if you want a hamburger. Right. And not show the pictures. Like, we're not doing anything. We're spinning our wheels in a circle here.
And truthfully, who do you want to police? You want to police the independent comedian and flex your muscles, but are you ever going to step on the toes of big conglomerate McDonald's?
No,
They got too
never.
much money in our city. Do you know how much money we get from taxes from their real estate? And it's just like, so they'll happily look the other way.
Exactly. So a lot of our points end up being like, God damn, what's with all these corporate conglomerates causing the issues around here? Because they're the problems. It's the preservatives and everything they put in. Even, I willingly eat it and still, damn, it's so damn good sometimes. But they're the ones really causing all the issues.
I love that point. Brian, wrapping thoughts.
Yeah. Make sure to eat your, I don't know where glizzies fit. I'm probably on the protein side. So make sure to get your vegetables, your fruits, your fats, and your proteins, but mostly your fruits and veggies. If you can, the least processed is probably your best bet. And don't follow all the influencers that pop up on your feed like Dave Osprey. He's a fraud and a liar. I'm gonna call him out. You are a liar. So don't
Brian doesn't call people out much. I mean, damn, shots
I
fired.
despise this man, and he is someone that keeps popping up on my feed, popping up on my friend's feed, and they're like, "Oh, you see this great new scientist? He's not a scientist. He doesn't know. He's a don't follow.
Fired up
him.
on this
He's
one.
probably got like
Get
an
away.
anti-mushroom
Run.
study, and here it is.
Yeah,
Now the vendetta is out.
No, he's anti oatmeal. That's
Oh, wow.
I'm an
Now that's
oatmeal
personal.
fan.
He's-
That's
He
personal.
attacked
Coming
my
for big oatmeal.
breakfast.
He's coming for big oatmeal. All right. I just want to say it is in the pyramid of good things to eat. Glizzies, it's just the way you package it. They're beautiful, delicate, decadent tube steaks. Tube steaks. Yummy. You put it like that, it should be a part of everybody's meal. I also want to, the last thing that you said that triggered me. Yeah, I think corporations should be allowed to advertise all of their food. Like, do you want a chocolate dipped marshmallow deep fried in like Doritos? You can advertise that insofar as you pay
I'm
into
gonna write that one down.
every person gets an Anytime Fitness subscription fund. So I'm cool. Advertise anything that gives us all man boobs insofar as you pay into everybody gets an Anytime Fitness subscription on your dime. And I'm cool with it. I think that should be the government's demand. But again, they like
fair
you
play.
fat and lazy and manipulatable because it makes it easy. Did we get Ricky? Does Ricky have a wrapping thought? Are we going to bring this guy in ever?
When does discipline come back into this, yo? Come on. You can see as much shit in front of you and everything. It doesn't mean that is the cause of it. Like, I'll shoot guns all the freaking time on COD, but that doesn't mean I want in real life to go do it. It's advertised in front of me. I see an awesome movie. They drive off a bridge. That doesn't mean I'm gonna go drive off a bridge too. They should stop putting those out on trailers. Like, not all correlation, like because it's correlated, mean it's the cause of it. People are just lack of discipline nowadays and lack aware of their body and lack to learn what to do. You can have good stuff once a week, but not every day of life, bro. It's not the advertising. People trying to make money. People just need to suck it up, buttercup, and learn how to be disciplined.
Thanks for watching this clip from the Rethink Tank Live. Join us every Tuesday at 7 p.m. streaming across the platforms on YouTube, Rumble, X, Twitch, Facebook, LinkedIn, and TikTok. We do our best to promote user engagement, and we want you involved. So be sure to bring your perspective live so we can get you in the dialogue. See you then.